Okay, I'm gonna start over here, but then you can do your running, Carissa. No, I'll just follow you with that camera.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Carissa Winters. I'm the community lead for Innovation Collective. I'm so happy all of you could join today. You in person and all of you online. Hi. That's the back of my head. Hold on. Hi. Good to see you all. I'm glad that you took the time to be here. And how this works is we go around the room. We'll introduce ourselves. We talk about something innovative we possibly heard going on in our community or in the world so that we don't get left behind, right? And we have conversations about that. And then we can also discuss what we're working on, maybe our dreams, our goals, things that we're thinking about, anything you've hit roadblocks with. We can talk about how we can find someone to connect with you. And this all happens in real time so that you can get real results and not wait around. So I'm actually going to start with these guys who brought snacks and swag for all of you, which is fantastic. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Megan. We are here at Outreach Staffing Specialist. We just wanted to bring some snacks and stuff for you guys to hopefully get our name out there and see anybody who's interested in the caregiving position.
Awesome.
Jobs.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, it is Jeff. So always it's Jeff. So my name is Sandy. I'm the supervisor for the branch here in Victoria. And one of the things that we are passionate about as a community is we love to offer services not only for our clients, but for anybody else who might be in need, you know. As a student, I used to be a student as well. I'm looking for a job, something else that might need in the community, a little bit of help over there. I was able also to get a job as a caregiver and to bring something good into the community. So if you're ever looking for a job for yourself or for somebody else who might be looking for, or services, which we go into their homes and kind of one another and help people in need, you always can give us a call.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you. I love that. You come here and you get a job, get connected. That's great.
My name is Dan Barnes. I'm a student here at UHB. Presently studying psychology. I came here because I read the announcement that talked about entrepreneurship. And I was interested because there's an idea that I have, and I just kind of want to hear what maybe some avenues I can go, get some advice from someone.
Give us go ahead.
It's all right. So this is my idea. So my idea is that for a while now, I've been hearing about ghost restaurants, ghost kitchens, and I've heard of food coming out, these people cook inside these ghost kitchens or these restaurants like Danny's. And I thought how awesome it would be if I could purchase a building and put kitchens, like maybe 4 kitchens and maybe like 3 bakeries for people who can't afford to open up a restaurant, or they don't have the funding for a food trailer that they could rent these kitchens these kitchens from me, and they could serve their products from there, and then Uber Foods or Waiter or whatever would all come to one building instead of having to drive to different restaurants. They could literally have everything, like a bunch of stuff come out of that one place. And then as they grow, those companies grow with their food products, and they choose to move on, that opens up another spot for somebody to come in and start their business until they get on their feet. And then once they get on their feet, they're going to move out and start a business somewhere else. So I would be like that foot for people who want to start a restaurant or wanting to start a bakery.
So I think this is great. I grew up with my family, generations in the restaurant business. This is actually something I've been talking about, posting on my social media approaching HEB to possibly invest in something like that. But this is a huge need. You're spot on. It's a huge need in our community. There's a lot of people who are cottage bakers that want to get into stores, but because of the laws and health codes, understandably so, they aren't able to. So I know for sure this is something a lot of people want. I know a few people that were working towards something like that, but they didn't want to run it, right? Like they just want that to happen. So I for sure can connect to those people. We can chat about it more. I think it's a great business model. You can put a code on the door. They have it, in Houston, they have one. And so how a ghost kitchen works, for those of you who don't know, it can do several different things. You can either have, people baking your thing. So I could give them a list of recipes and I could be like, Carissa's fantastic, phenomenal Mexican food restaurant. I don't actually have a physical restaurant. I don't even cook the food. There's people who are cooking my recipes for me. Uber Eats goes and picks those up and then delivers them to you if you order them. So that's the concept of Ghost Kitchen, is that you can own your own restaurant without even owning a physical restaurant. Or you can also do the model where you have the cottage bakers come in, they rent the space for you as well. You can do both, they rent the space from you, and then they're able to, once they do that, if they have a kitchen that is, commercial kitchen, they're able to get their products then possibly in HEB or local restaurants or local stores. So that then gives a pathway for these entrepreneurs to be able to have a business that can flourish, because that is the thing. A lot of people cannot afford to have a commercial kitchen, and they're trying to get their foot in the door, and that's a great need in our community. So I'm all pumped. This is awesome. And if anyone has any contacts or any ideas about this, please connect with him and let him know, because this is something I would really love to see happen in our community. It would be so great. And I know there's people in this room who are interested in doing food things as well. You know who you are. So please reach out to him and let's get this done. Let's chat about it.
So there was one thing is like, I really wanted so this is my idea. My idea is to start off, possibly with that. And also, I'm very strong in my faith. And knowing other pastors of their pastors, they also have a problem with owning their own church, right? So what they do is they tend to go to these shopping centers, right? They start their churches in these shopping centers. And my idea is that if I could start with these kitchens and develop that and get that going, I would like to then buy some property and build a big building and turn it into 3 chapels. And then pastors, instead of them having to go to and rent out of these shopping centers, they could literally rent a chapel. Like they could, instead of paying the high mortgage rents that they do there, they could just make a schedule and so there would be just church going on all the time in there, in and out. So every congregation or every ministry, no matter if you're Catholic, Lutheran, or Baptist, or whatever you are, if you're just starting off and you can't buy a building to have your church, and instead of going to these shopping centers, they could just go in there and say, okay, we're gonna have church on Wednesdays. So we want to rent it from this time to this time, where you could sign a contract with them and say, okay, you have it for this long, right? But you could literally have church Monday through Sunday, and they wouldn't have to go in and set up. They wouldn't have to tear down. The speaker system would be already provided for them. All they're really doing is just going in, having church.
That's also a huge need too, because a lot of churches can't afford the rent to have the physical space. And so they kind of pop in and out, and it makes it hard because sometimes they can't have the continuous space that they need. I can already think of, Jennifer Rubio, she owns a Waterwell Cafe. She was talking about her dream for a kitchen this morning at my coffee contest this morning. She's very big on, all the stuff that you're about too. And she's had church in her restaurant before because of this issue. So her, literally call her, connect with her, because this is a passion of hers too, that she wants to do with the kitchen and commercial kitchen and all of this. So I think that's fantastic is, what I see you doing is you're taking something you're passionate about and then also figuring out how to invest that passion into something else that you're also passionate about. And this is a need in our community, so right, and this is awesome. So if you have any ideas or feedback for him, please connect and let him know. Because this is a really great idea for our community. Does anyone in the room or online have any feedback or ideas?
Yeah, you might not right now, but.
But later you do.
afterwards, and then we can, I'm sure Daniel can give you his contact info and, follow up with him if you'd like. Tell us your name again.
Daniel Florio.
Daniel Virial, remember that name, okay? Excellent, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Give
Thank you.
Daniel a hand.
If you're Ron, you keep that hanging out, it's not a big thing.
Hi, my name is Jason Van Dusen. I am a freshman here at UHB. I'm currently not really working on anything or have any like innovative ideas. I'm kind of just an artist on the side and an SI tutor and all of that.
So
So,
tell people more about SI Tutor, why you're passionate about that, what you do with that, because a lot of people might not even know what that is.
so an SI tutor is a supplemental instructor. So what I do is I pretty much hold these giant, well, not giant, but big get-togethers for certain classes. Right now I'm doing college algebra, math 13, 14. And I just sit down with them. I give them problems and stuff to work on that correlate with what they are learning in class as of, I guess, yesterday or today. And we just work through them slowly, make sure they understand everything. I'm also a peer tutor, so people can schedule tutoring appointments with me and I can help work with them one-on-one.
That's excellent. So Jason might be somebody to follow up with. Those are any of your needs too. That's fantastic. Thanks, Jason.
So you said art. Have you been involved with the art walk that we have locally or the art shows? Is that something you'd be interested in? Maybe? Okay. Cool. So an art day. Awesome. Yeah, so I'll give you that information. The name of it is Crossroads Art House. She's the one, Claire Santiana, that facilitates the art walks. And then I'm one of the co-owners of Jupiter Horizons Gallery. There's also, as you know, the Art League. We have a lot of great resources for art and artists and things like that. And then we even do an art show. I'm one of the co-owners of the film festival here. We also do a big art show before that as well. So I would love for you to plug in your art. There's a lot of great artists. We're going to be having a creatives meeting so everyone in that can connect. But if that's something that you want to do more, get involved with more artists locally, please reach out and let me know, let them know. And then if anybody else is into art or likes to do art, please connect as well. Because I would like to see, people coming together and doing cool stuff. So thank you for sharing.
Thanks for being here.
Aaron, Guerrero. Do college. I like to hoop, I like to go play basketball, I like to fish, I like to stream and game when I can.
Have you heard about the gaming?
Yes.
That's something I would have more gaming, so that'd be something.
Everyone will lose. Yeah, just, I'm Aaron.
So are you into all types of video games? Or like-
Yeah, I like, role playing, shooting, story mode.
My son's very into collecting vintage gaming machines.
Oh, yes, I like.
So he's into all the vintage gaming machines. I should have saved my old video games. Now they're worth like $1,000.
My great grandma did. So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. There's some replay games. There's one in the mall that sells games. Replay games in Houston.
I'm not a fan of PCs.
So, yeah, well, you can call them and it should be some, but it's full of vintage games and different things, but I was talking to them about possibly doing some gaming stuff here. So they could be really cool to get more gamers together.
Yeah.
All right, let's get there.
Just introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Mark, and I'm a transfer student.
Hey, where'd you transfer from?
UNT.
Oh,
Well, the reason why I transferred is because I changed my major. It used to be data science. I thought I was a big math and numbers stats guy, but then I realized more like the entrepreneur type person. So I changed it to entrepreneur.
Oh, you're on the right way.
And the reason why I changed it is because over the summer, seeing this business market, so social media marketing agency, and I was like, what if I created something like this for advertising agency? And they were like, oh, pick this, do this, and I was like, okay, but what if I can do this for all the niches? We have different people that work for different specific niches, all in one agency. So I'm like, okay, we're getting you right here, or if you want to open a restaurant, or if you want to do math place, we got specific people lined up.
I'm not playing second.
Yeah, but we'll get those people that want to expand and grow exponentially. Like, okay, I'll find out where you're starting now. What you need, if you need an online presence, if you need brick and mortar stores, you need to go on and email people, like, what is the game plan? It's slowly elevation over time where you get your company out to the people that you want to be going to, your target audience and all.
Wow, this guy, he should be teaching us. I mean, wow, how old are you, Mark?
18.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic.
So immediately I can thank, Robert Royer, he's an alumni, he went here, he owns Building Brands Marketing. And yeah, you should reach out to him and tell him what you're doing. I always recommend getting someone to mentor, shadowing somebody that is doing something similar to what you want to do. So then you can start getting real experience with the actual business and kind of company model that you want to go in. And one thing I highly applaud you for, there's many things that they said that I do, but I love how you said how people told you to pick a niche and you're like, no, I'm doing my thing. People used to tell me pick one thing and do one thing. I do all the things, but that's what makes me good. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I just stuck to one thing. I wouldn't have the knowledge to empower me to do my job and do what I need to do. So I applaud you for that. I think that's really great that you found something you wanted to do and you're going for it. But yeah, I highly recommend to reach out to him and any other agencies, marketing agencies, even if they're online. It doesn't matter how famous this agency is. Reach out to them. You never know who will respond and just say, I admire what you do. I admire your work. I'm, going to school right now for this. I have this dream and vision and goal, and you never know what will happen, right? So that's awesome. Really cool.
We've got some feedback, Mark, it looks like online. Larzell, go ahead. Tell us what you got.
Can you guys hear me?
We
Yes.
can.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, I'm the manager of enrollment creative services over in the center building. So feel free to stop up on the third floor, peek your head in, and I'd love to say hello.
They said third floor where?
Third floor of the center building,
Right over there.
suite
there.
301.
301.
301, Larzell, set you up. Thanks, Larzell.
Thank you.
All right, our next contestant.
Hello, I'm Julia Gonzalez, and I'm currently majoring in human resources. So I do have I am going to class for business and entrepreneurship, but I also have another goal in life. I eventually want to be a landowner and maybe, have a few tenants under my belt. So I'm just, when here, I'm very interested in how everybody's starting their entrepreneurship. And I'm really interested in getting to know somebody here.
Excellent. Well, this is the right place. I mean, getting to know this woman, Carissa Winters, is a great start. Because as you're already learning, Carissa has immense connections and contacts, not just in Victoria, but Katy, Houston, Los Angeles, Nashville. I mean, it goes on and on. And so having somebody like Carissa Winters making that personal connection with you, and she does return calls. She does return
I pride
emails.
myself on
She doesn't ghost, right? So,
because that's the worst, when you're excited about something and someone's like, oh, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna do the thing. And then it's crickets and you're like, oh, and then it makes you feel unsure, like, was I not good? What did I not say? So I'm very big on that because I don't like when people do that to me. I think it's rude, right? And I get it, people are busy, but for me, I will respond back and just know, I love that you have a goal about owning land and doing a thing, right? I think that's really great to have a goal to work towards. And if you have any questions or you come up with a new idea or something you're thinking of,
feel free to reach out. This extends beyond just being here and eating pizza, because I know sometimes we might not want to say our idea in front of people. We might not want to public speak. We might not be comfortable with those things.
What a terrible thing.
So it's scary, but pizza kind of makes it a little better. It's a buffer. But it's one of those things, just know this extends beyond just meeting at this meeting. That's what we're here for, is to support you guys, to make sure that you're successful in whatever you want to do. And that's why, you know, UHB is so great, because they provide this. They do so many great programs, and the community is so great. We have a lot of tools and a lot of organizations here that can help you, that are really wonderful, especially with business, economic development, all of these things. So just make sure that if you have an idea, reach out. If you don't ask, you don't know, and there may be a resource. There could be funding. There could be somebody who wants to mentor you. But if you don't reach out, if you don't ask, then nobody can know what you need help with. So, but I love your goal that you have to reach.
Good, you like, all right, thanks.
Everyone, my name is T. Bushwasi. Living in business right now. I'm also an athlete. I play for the University of Houston to remain team in soccer. And right now, I don't really have any project I'm working on, because that's the idea to see what works here in the US, because here, I already know what works for clients and agriculture right now. So right now, we're just like, see what I can do.
If we know what's good about TV, and I've already told you this, is having that international perspective. Not a lot of people in this room, including me, I've never been to Ivory Coast, right? I don't know how other things work in the rest of the world. And you to be able to share that perspective, I think can be tremendously valuable. So thank you for that, and being willing to share your experiences.
Well, and I could just think, you know, you're an athlete and you do that connecting with other athletes, if there's anyone that you look up to or anything like that. You know, I do a podcast with a guy that played for the NFL for 5 years. Our other friend just became the head coach for UCLA. So there's a lot of people too in Victoria that have those connections as well. So if you're wanting to go more the athletic side, if that's something you're interested in, or if you just want to learn about the US, like you said, and how it works here and kind of different businesses or business models, anything you want to do, just think about it. And then we can find somebody who can connect and mentor you. And you can learn, you know, kind of how things work, because I know it is different everywhere you go, right? It's so different. And so it's one of those things, I think that it's really cool. You have an international perspective, because not only I think will someone mentor you can go learn about their business, they're going to learn a lot from you too. So you bring a lot to the table. So just know that being international, being an athlete, being willing to learn and wanting to learn about how we do business here and find something, that's really awesome. So thank you.
Give them a hand.
My name is Kirsten Olmos, and I'm a freshman here at UHB, and I'm studying entrepreneurship studies.
Oh, excellent.
I don't have any goals right now. I'm actually doing this because I want to help my dad in his construction business. So that's maybe it.
Talk about that, Chris, the family businesses, because there might be other students and folks out here who might be kind of working part-time in a family business, or maybe they're having conversations about taking over a family business. And that's a big thing in a place like Victoria. You've seen that most definitely.
So I myself worked for my family's family business. My dad owned a whole bunch of bars and restaurants, and I learned a lot of skills, because when I worked for my dad, I had to do everything, right? Like, he's the hardest boss I ever had. But it was a good experience because it taught me a lot, and I really am thankful that I had that experience. But what I will say is there's quite a few people who are taking over their family's companies or going to work for them. And I love that you're learning about entrepreneurship, because then you can bring a lot to the table for your dad, right? But there's a few people I can think about mentoring you through that. I actually just had Terry Bowden, who is wonderful. She was my last fireside chat speaker this month. And she actually, you know, talked about working with her dad, doing a restaurant. She ends up opening her own restaurant, and she has a whole journey with that. And there's just, I mean, the list goes on and on of people who I know who have partnered with or taken over family businesses. So if you'd like to be mentored by people who've actually had that journey, please reach out. and let me know. And then even I know people in construction businesses, I know your dad's in it, but it never hurts to learn different perspectives of how people do business. And 9 times out of 10, people are generally going to want to help you. If you're not asking for money, right? They're gonna be, you say, I respect you, I want to learn from you. Most people in business will generally be willing to. And if they're not, those aren't your people, and you go learn from the people who are willing. So please reach out and we can get you connected with some people. But I think that's really, really awesome that you're doing that. Really cool. We all need construction. We need more of it, right?
Let's give her a big hand.
Bethany Hernandez. I'm a freshman here at UHB, and I'm a criminal justice major. I'm not really working on anything right now, but I'm here for my speech class. And
Yeah, who's the speech teacher? Oh, my gosh. I hear he's really fun.
He is.
Yeah, sure.
And I just hope I can learn something.
And this is where it starts. You start learning by listening to other people. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm in the class with that person. I didn't even know they're doing that, right? That's how it happens. Let's give her a big hand.
Well, you said you're not working on anything, but technically you are. You're working on your speech skills, right? Which you did awesome. You public spoke right here, extra credit, right?
Yes.
And then also the great thing is too, is you're working on getting a degree. I mean, that's amazing in itself. So, you know, that's what's great about this. We don't have to be creating a product. We don't have to be working on something. We could have the answer to something someone else is working on. We can make friendships. We can network. There's so many things that come out of this group, and you may come not having an idea, and then when you leave, you have a whole new idea that you never knew you'd have. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. I think it's really great you're going to school for that. That's amazing.
Hello, my name is Victoria Flores Roberts. I am a freshman and my major is marketing. And I don't have anything working on specifically, but I do have a couple of ideas that I want to start later on once I finish my degree.
Excellent.
I like making jewelry and I would like to take a course later on in my free time.
Yeah.
When there's an interview with my degree. And
That's awesome.
And the mentorship, and I know Carissa can talk about this, finding somebody who started in a jewelry thing. And all of a sudden now they're selling their jewelry at all kinds of places. I know you're very well connected with that.
Yeah, I actually did book and I went in to Kendra Scott's company and the jewelry maker in Austin. Her office is, she has like childcare and cool stuff. She even has a nail salon in there for her. Yeah, but it's basically they all started, you know, a lot of them started in their garage making jewelry. That's the thing about entrepreneurship. Please understand there's not really a right or wrong way to do your idea, but there are ways where you can get resources so it's not as hard and there's less bumps in the road. Hence school, that's a huge tool, right? And then we have like the SBDC, Small Business Development Center, that's here for you guys, Innovation Collective. There's a lot more resources out there besides even that as well that are all amazing, that are here to help you guys along the way. And I mean, just being at the university, that's already a huge step, right? But jewelry making, that's something you want to do, you know, there's a lot of people here that are into that, so you can connect with them and they can teach you their skills and they can work with you on that. So, and I can already think of a few people in my mind who do that make some really cool jewelry. And marketing, we know that that's what he's doing. So, you know, you guys could even spur your own group. That's what happens a lot is people come to this and then they also will start their own group if they find out they're into like things. They'll start doing their own meetings about ideas, about marketing and things they come up with. Because sometimes when you're in the zone, you're in this tunnel zone of your business idea and what you want to do, you might not know everything that you could be doing unless you get a different perspective and someone sees it in a different light. So just remember that. I will keep saying this. It goes beyond this. Connect, be friends outside of this, right? You're going to school, like be friends with people and do cool things together. That's what it's about. Thank you for sharing that.
Hello, my name is Sierra Frisbee. I'm a freshman here at UHB. And I'm majoring in biology.
Excellent.
And I have plans of working at a veterinarian's office this summer. And hopefully in my sophomore year and so on.
So are
Carissa
you?
knows a few minutes.
Okay, I do. So do you already have a job lined up with a veterinarian here? Okay, so that's something we can line you up with and see if we can get you, set up with a job. So do you have a passion for animals? Is that why? Cool. What's your favorite animal? Oh, cool. Yeah, those are gorgeous dogs. So I have she'll appreciate this, you guys. I have a really rare dog. I have 3 dogs and a cat. My kids talk me into things I rescue. But I have a Peruvian hairless dog. There's about 1,000 in the world and he has a little mohawk and that's the only hair he has. Kind of looks like the dog in the movie Coco, right? Just like that, yeah. But yeah, the vets here are amazing and I know a lot of them love to mentor and love to connect. So if that's something, please reach out, right? And then we can see what we can do about getting you set up in biology. That's amazing. You never know what doors can open for you with that. My husband actually has a biology degree. And so it's a great degree to have. So really cool. Thank you. And this guy right here helped me carry things in from my car. We had never even met before. So he gets a hand for being anything over today. So thank you. I knew he was cool when I saw the Cobra Kai shirt. So.
My name's Jason Brown, sophomore at UHB going for digital gaming. I actually do own and run my own business. I do 3D printing, costume designing, production, prototyping, all with resin or FDM printers. So currently I'm working on the M4A 1 pulse rifle Brazilians. I'm also going to be shortly doing the Daredevil helmet from the Netflix TV series.
Excellent.
Well, that's really cool. And I love that you do 3D printing. I can already think of several people to connect you with. I own a toy store in town called the Lucky Robot Toy Store. And I give shelf space to local people who do stuff. So that's something for free. And that to help them with their entrepreneurship in that realm. But there's 2 guys that do 3D printing in there. What's so cool, they're both very different. And one just invented this chocolate 3D printer thing. Yes, so his is different than that. So it's really cool, but both of them have different styles. I would love to connect you to both of them because I think it'd be really neat to see you all work together in collaboration. And then I'm also doing April 25th, 26th, 27th. We have the Think Big Festival for Innovation Collective. If you guys are interested in coming, please let me know. The reason I'm segueing into this now is it makes sense. If you make something that you want to show off, right? Even if it's a company idea and you want to put like the fairs you used to do when you were younger, science fairs, things. Even if you want to do a poster board and show off your idea for your, I'm looking at him, he knows marketing company or gaming, jewelry, whatever it may be. Or if you want to show your 3D printed things, please come out because it's free for you guys to go do that. And we fly in top experts from all around. Last year we brought around 13. For example, Sarah Palin, she helped create Beats by Dre headphones with Dr. Dre. She was in town. That's the kind of people that we're bringing in as, really amazing people with great connections. You get to meet them. They don't just stand up on a stage and speak. You actually get to interact with them and talk to them. So if you'd be interested in showing any of your stuff there, please let me know. But I can think of tons of connections for you as well. That's really awesome.
All right, it's good. Jason again. All right.
I'm already an entrepreneur. I have a pharmaceutical company back at my home. I am doing finance here, majors in finance because it is mandatory for me to join as a finance manager over there. And going up to the CFO thing. So, I have dealt with the distributors, the inventory and everything. And I know that nothing is better than an entrepreneur. Yes, and it makes you powerful. It makes you a decision maker, which helps not only in your professional life, but in your personal. So, yeah, it's a very good thing.
That was
Excellent.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Give her a big hand. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Just a second, we've got a few things coming in the chat. Let's see if it's.
I am leaving the class.
Okay.
Yes, we understand. Thank you for being there.
Okay, let's see, there's something in the chat. Let me see if I can pull up the chat. Yeah, so there's some links here. And then what we'll do is we'll put all of these links and contact info in the thread for the team, so you can go back and then follow up.
See, two
That's something.
quick story sites to check out. Love that. Love the recommendations. And that's what this is about, right? If you're interested in something, someone knows something, to plug that in.
Excellent. All right, let's go to our next person.
Hi, I'm Helena Lee. I'm a sophomore. I'm also a transfer from UNT. I'm
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys know that and know each other? Look, there we go.
Yeah, sure.
The same space. Awesome.
I work in student life department. I'm the vice president in that.
That's
Tell them what MAC is.
MAC is the Multi-Global Advisory Council. I'm the vice president of the ambassador program.
Excellent.
That's awesome. That's really cool. If you guys ever have events or anything that you want to share, want the community to know about with student life or anything else that you do, please let me know. Because I love to share things like that. I think it's really fantastic when students are creating and doing events and doing neat things for the community and for the college as well. So thank you.
Excellent. Let's give her a hand. Yes. Who are you?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lorena Carnell. I'm a freshman here at UHB. I'm verifying accounting degree. Right now, I am working since June of last year. I'm a sales representative for a company called Vector. I'm working with Cutco. So this summer I'll have an internship. I'll be a branch manager.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this summer. So I'm very excited. And,
Now tell us how you got that.
sure. So it takes a few sales and a few presentations in order to be a branch manager. So I've sold over $40,000.
Wow.
Yeah, in Cutco. And so you kind of have to hit levels, hit milestones. I've been working since June, so I'll be a year once I'll be the intern.
And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm very excited. And then I hope to continue throughout college because I'm able to work through college. So every summer I plan to be a branch manager. And then in the future, I plan to open my own business. So working with Cutco, I'm able to see how it is to open up my own office. So I am very excited.
So what would this business look like, the one that you opened?
So I do have a few ideas. One is a roller rink and another is an event center. In my hometown, I'm from Corpus, so. Yeah, so I plan on, maybe even a drive-in theater. I don't know yet. Just a few ideas I'm knocking around. But I still have 3 more years of college, so I have some time.
You know, I think another thing that Carissa is good at in Innovation Collective is assessing the needs of a community and what actually will work and what won't work. So many businesses that Carissa has helped bring to Victoria comes from an understanding of what the demand is, what the need is, right? And I don't know, Carissa, if you want to just talk about that a little bit in terms of having to understanding what the people want before you decide what you're going to bring in.
Yes, well, especially talking about marketing and things and business ideas, being an entrepreneur, obviously we have online sales that you can do nowadays. So then the world is your oyster, right? But you still have to have good marketing, as we know, you have to get out there. But it's about creating a customer profile, right? You need to know what age demographic is your customer. Do they have kids? What is their income stream? And different things like that, kind of what they're looking for. But you should also do that for a business, right? Create a profile for the business that you're doing, because as we know, we could have a business in a city that does really well, but the traffic flow possibly in our community just wouldn't be enough to sustain that business. So it's about being really mindful and then do market research. If you have to go sit in a mall or if they let you outside of an HEB or wherever, or even online, you can ask digitally what people are into and if they would be interested in this, because sometimes, you can have the greatest idea that you just think everyone's going to love this. And I'm saying this from personal experience, and people don't support it, because it wasn't something that the market was ready for. So I learned this over years of opening my own businesses and doing this, that it's about doing the market research on something. And my husband's family is actually all from Corpus. So I love Corpus. It's great. And my family is from there, parts of there as well. And, I think it is great thinking about something that people do as an activity to open a business, because that's something I see if it's a roller rink or drive a movie theater, all those things, that is something that keeps people having to come in. So that is a great idea, right? And the fact you're doing sales with Cutco and you've been successful, that is so wonderful to learn those entrepreneurial skills from. because you're gonna carry that for the rest of your life. And just know, whatever job that you're doing right now, I don't care if it's flipping burgers or, you know, sweeping a floor and mopping, cleaning toilets, you will take every skill you learn with you in some capacity. We spoke about working for our parents, working for my dad. I was taught that no job is too big or too small, and never to think I'm too good for anything. You know, I still clean toilets sometimes to this day because it needs to be done. I do it. And so that skill goes with me. You know, I always tell everyone I learned people skills and public speaking for doing karaoke at my dad's bar. Because I had to deal with a lot of people, you know, they want to sing their song right now. So it taught me how to deal with situations and people and how to be in front of a crowd. So I think that's so wonderful, the Cutco thing. And when you're looking to do a business, if you want to do it as a passion project and that's what you want to do, then do it. Don't ever let, you know, if you do the market research, if that's just something you want to do because you love it, that's fine too. But you can find a way to do what you love and make money and make it make dollars and cents. What helps you with that is being at a university and learning the skills from here. Also taking advantage of mentoring opportunities, like I said, as well as learning the skills that you need, kind of what does a customer profile, what does that look like? What does your business profile look like? Making a business plan, shadowing people that are in a business. You may think you love something, then you go to work in it and you realize, well, no, I don't want to bake every day. That is terrible. Or you might say, wow, I love this. So I always recommend if there's a business, if you want to open a roller skate rink, go work at that roller skate rink for a little bit. Drive a theater, find a drive-in theater if you can, if that, you know, is accessible to you. So those are, to answer your question, Woodrow, those are a few tips and tricks I've learned over the years of doing things. A lot of the businesses I started, honestly, I was young. I had no idea what I was doing at first. And I hit a lot of bumps in the road. It was a really treacherous journey. So that's why I love to have the opportunity to do what I do and to know that you guys have, you know, a roadmap per se, right? Like the Google map where it's like, turn this way. That's what happens when you get with mentors and you get with people to help you, is that you don't hit those crashes and those roadblocks as much. So it's awesome.
Hello, my name is Alice Armalo. I'm a freshman here at UHB. I'm from Waco, Texas, and after college, I want to be an immigration lawyer. So
Oh,
those are my
yes, we need that. That's fantastic. Now, Carissa knows a lot of people in law enforcement and.
I have a
practice
friend that's an
law.
immigration attorney
Okay.
actually in Houston, and I know she'd be down to mentor you.
Okay,
After
yes.
this, I want to transfer to main campus. That's really all my goals are.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a huge goal. That's amazing. That's a really meaningful job. So way to go.
Yeah.
I'm Alex, also known as Pooks. It's kind of just what I go by. I've done a few things. I used to have a boba shop here in town.
Best boba ever.
Homemade by hand. And I typically like to cash flow my businesses. So right now I have a clothing, like online store, and it's cash flowing my, it's like an exotic, snack food truck. Like a mini truck, like little Japanese import truck. That's what I'm building right now, but I try not to invest too much money when it comes to loans and stuff. I don't like debt. So I build a business. I use that profit to fund my passion project. But I'm actually here. I usually go to the ones in the morning, but I'm in a different spot right now in my business where it's chaotic and I'm kind of on a confused low. Unlike Carissa, I can't do a lot of things at once. I think my ADHD mind just doesn't allow me to focus like that. So I feel like I have too many things going on and I can't fully focus on one. And so I'm all over the place and I'm trying to find inspiration today on what to do because I know there was somebody in marketing. I do that too on the side for small businesses. In my normal job, I'm a content writer and radio DJ. So, and I was just named #2 in the nationwide corporation, so I'm the content writer for the company.
Do you hear Luke's on the radio?
Congratulations.
Yeah, 92.3, if you like Doja Cat, I got you. But yeah, so I'm in a confused point right now. I'm trying to find some inspiration because I'm all over the place, but I need to just figure out how to focus.
Well, hopefully some of them
So-
are here today.
In fact, I'm severely ADHD and it was really hard for me. I actually would start projects and never finish them. It was a big thing for many years of my life because I'd have all these ideas, I'd get them out, work on them a little bit, and then I would get like depressed and overwhelmed. And then I would just shut down and then I would go to the next one and then I wouldn't do it. So I had to learn how to work with myself, right? And so there's a few tips and tricks. Doesn't mean it'll work for you or anyone else, but it did work for me, right? So take advice with a grain of salt, and what works for you, take it. What worked for me is making micro lists, so I wouldn't get overwhelmed of the task I need to do to complete it. And then even if it was just 5 minutes a day, I would mark it off, and that would make me feel some sort of accomplishment. Another trick I do is say I come up with an idea, then I'll call somebody and be like, hey, or I post online. I'll be like, oh, I'm doing this new book and it's this, or I'm writing this new song that's coming out. A lot of times I haven't finished that yet. I haven't done it, but it's holding me accountable because people are gonna say, what about that book you're putting out? And I have to do it then because I can't be a liar. So it's that tricking myself into doing it, and I do always finish it. But it's about also framing your time and just do what works for you as well, right? That's what I had to learn, is that I used to think that I couldn't get anything done because other people made it look easy, or I didn't do things. I didn't do art or music or any of that for a very long time because my art didn't look like that and I didn't have the same process of doing it. Or business. I didn't do business things the same as everyone else. My process was different. Then I learned to, walk to the beat of my own drum, and that was okay. And to do things in my own time, in my own way that worked for me. Also learning from different people that are doing, we're in the dark. Learning from different people that are also doing things of where I want to go. So being overwhelmed, feeling stuck. I think it's too when you go through different things in business and you get the wind knocked out of yourselves, and then you come back and then you're like, okay, now I got to do this thing. But figuring out what you want to do and being very clear about it, and also getting a clear business plan. That really helps because it's about the goals. So when you have clear goals to achieve, then you can work towards that a lot easier because you have an objective. And like I said, even if it's something small, right? We think that success is when we achieve something big. Success can be when you did research on Google for, 10 minutes. Or success could be you went to the print shop and picked up the thing for your business you needed to get, right? Success is what works for you, and it doesn't always have to be a big win. Also celebrating yourself, right? Because it's easy to get down on yourself, especially when you get overwhelmed. Go buy yourself a cupcake, or if you don't like whatever it is, put a candle in it and celebrate yourself. When I had a book come out, I had a party for myself. I already had one. I put a little book cover and I celebrated that, right? Because it's good to look at what you have achieved, because a lot of times when we're overwhelmed, we focus on every failure and everything we haven't achieved, right? And so making those micro tasks and those lists, and I keep mine in my iPhone is like a running list, but I don't let it get me overwhelmed because I know I don't have to do this all today or tomorrow or the next day. And then I make a time frame. So that's what works for me. Might not work for you, but it really helped me to have a clear picture. If you want to do the snack track, okay, well, what is the amount of money that you need? How do you work towards that? And then what's another goal we could have? Okay, well, do you know the kind of snacks you want to have on there? Do you have that? What events can you put it at? Like different little things that you can make some phone calls. And then you can say, okay, I'm planning on having the snack truck within, 6 months. This is my goal. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. So just having something to work towards, I think gives you that upward trajectory. Because when I do a business, if I don't have a clear vision of where I'm going, I'm just all over the place, because then it's just all out there and I don't even know what I'm doing. So that's for me what has helped me not be a hot mess, because trust me, you know why I do so many things? Because my mind is all over the place. So I'm like, oh, I'm doing this now. But there is a method to my madness. It's the list in my phone that I have, that each thing, because you have your day job, you do goals for that, cool, over here, you don't look at it all at one time either, because that gets scary and you shut down, right? So just having your goals. Does anyone else have that issue where they shut down or they maybe feel overwhelmed, and how do they work through that? Do you have any tips and tricks of what has helped you?
So Dr. Kwanzaa has comment.
Hey.
Dr. Kwanzaa?
Hi. Yeah, so I just want to emphasize on what she was saying. This setting SMART goal is really, really very important in motivating you in terms of what to do and how to keep moving. Because most of the time we are achieving a lot, but because we haven't set a SMART goal that we can measure and see what we have done, we cannot really get that credit, give credit to ourselves about what we are doing and where we are and how to keep moving. Okay. And also, the more you can be realistic about your goals, that's when you can measure to see what I'm doing is working or it's not working, so that you can go back and see that if it is working, then you keep on doing. If that's plan is not working, then you can make changes. But all those things is possible when you set a SMART goal that you can measure, goals that are more specific, And also, one thing that I will emphasize with motivation is connecting your needs with whatever you are doing. Most of studies about motivation clearly indicate that it starts from our needs. Okay, so sometimes you have to understand, what are my needs now? And how does it relate to what I'm doing now? And, all those things help to, bring that kind of purpose, that you are having a meaningful something every day, you are making a meaning. And one final thing I want to highlight is also in a lot of small businesses, the fear of failure. The failure rate is so high, and therefore sometimes it can be very, very demotivating. But studies also show that a lot of people learn from their failure. So again, whenever you are operating business, there's no guarantee that whatever idea you have is going to work or not work. But the good thing is, it's not a matter of whether I succeeded or whether I failed. The question becomes, how do I learn from all these steps so that you can make a better decision and make a better choices? Like Netflix, the one who started, if you go and read the history, you find that he started business that failed miserably, but he learned from all those mistakes, and then was able to start a new business that actually became very successful. So don't get discouraged that things are not maybe going the way you want on a daily basis. You just have to keep going and also learn from whatever you are doing, both your success and failures, and use it to your advantage. So that's just the little I want to add to what she already said.
Well, thank you so much. And students, Dr. Kwanzaa is one of our professors. And some of you might have him in class right now, but he's definitely somebody who can follow up with. And Dr. Kwanzaa, if you don't mind, just put your email in the chat and we'll record that and students can follow up with you. You're such a fantastic inspiration to our students, Dr. Kwanzaa. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. We're running out of time a little bit. I know Larzell's got a question, but Larzell, let's get a few more students in and we'll listen to Larzell. Go ahead.
Hi, hello. My name is Tian. I'm a freshman and I study computer science. I don't have any goals right now. The thing is, I'm an international student. I came from Vietnam. So I was still trying to find my footing here. I used to have a goal though. Just try and get to the United States.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah.
Now that we don't have Canada lots right now.
So you're looking for some direction, maybe.
Yeah, I have skills. I can do like many things at once. I have a couple skills like many different stuff. I can video edit, I can code, I can do anything really.
Cool. Well, I can think of a lot of people to connect you with, and target it to me to work with you. So I think that's.
Well, this is where it starts.
Yes.
You meet people here, then somebody else.
Show that. That's awesome.
Give it a big hand.
Hello, my name is Marissa. I'm my last year in my major in education. I'm currently a substitute for VISD.
Oh, that's a great. Ready for that?
I wouldn't say I have a goal, but I do want to encourage, the students that I do see every day and I don't want to be the one that doesn't encourage students. And I want to be able to have knowledge to share with the students. Because they're always talking to me about my experiences with college and I'm going to be able to encourage them to go to college or, do businesses and stuff like that because I always hear their ideas and that's why I came here. So I get more knowledge so I can share it to the students that I see.
Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. Let's give her a hand. I just lost the transmission from battery, but let me get on this and I'll,
You go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Jacob Guerrero, freshman studying in health studies. My plan this summer is to go to basic training, to be a corpsman in the Navy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when I finish doing that, another goal of mine is to become an underwater floater.
That's a really great job.
Just there's not many people doing it, and I feel like I should be part of this.
That's amazing. I had been through this underwater one year. You're right, there's not many people that do it. It's a really good job. It's really good. The Navy, that's awesome. My dad was in the Navy. He still uses all those skills till this day. Really cool.
So online people, we're just losing the signal a little bit, just bear with us.
My name is David Garcia. I'm a student at college. I'm also a math tutor.
Excellent.
I'm majoring in instrumentation.
Oh, excellent. Math, we need more math tutors. Let's give them a big hand for math tutors. All right.
Hi, I'm Amber Glennis. I'm the Vice President of Advancement and External Relations here at UHB. So I'm just really to be here and see some of our students and hear a lot about all the exciting things that you guys are doing out there. So our team in our office works with building relationships with community donors, friends that can support the university, and we also support our alumni. So as you guys, work through your career here at UHB, we hope you will continue to stay engaged with the university even after you're gone. So please reach out and let us know how we can help. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you. It's great to have a vice president. Let's give her a big hand. Fantastic.
I'm Shimmery Grace, and I'm with Outreach.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. So we are getting to the end, and online people, thank you all so much for joining us. Marcel, I want to give Marcel just a moment. If you had one more thing you wanted to add, sir.
Yes, I just wanted to say, I get really excited to hear so many young minds enthusiastic about what they want to do in their future. So I have two words of advice. I tell my kids all the time, the world is much bigger than your neighborhood. So don't be afraid to reach for the stars, and you're the only person who can stop you. And so dream big, and don't allow anything to stop that dream. As long as you're pursuing it, you will make it. And so just keep that in mind. I just wanted, I get very excited just to see so many minds that are looking to do well in their communities. So just remember that.
That's awesome.
What a great message. Thank you, Larson. What's great about this Carissa Innovation Collective is that we bring together so many different types of people. We've got staff members like Larzelle, who works right here at the university, right across the street, right? We've got faculty members like Dr. Emmanuel Kwanzaa, who comes here sometimes, but is based in Katy. We've got administrators like Vice President Countess here. We've got, of course, our students. Let's hear it for our students. And again, they're trying to figure things out.
We have people offering jobs.
And we have people here from the outside industry. Let's give them a big hand, who've got job opportunities. So all of these people connected in one room, Carissa, I think in 1 hour, is a triumph within itself.
Saw me taking notes. That was notes about what all of you are into and what everyone does. So I can also share it on our Facebook page. It's Innovation Collective Victoria. It's a private group. So please go look at that on Facebook and be a part of that so you can also keep up with us that way. But I want to show the community all the different people that were in this room, the things everyone's working on. And please, like I said, reach out to Woodrow, reach out to me, either way. I want to make sure that if you're wanting to do something, if you want to be successful, if you want to have the tools, please reach out. And like I said, the university itself has so many great resources for all of you to thrive. And, you know, they're professors, faculty, staff, they all want to see you win, right? They want to see you be successful. So if you have questions about something, you know, reach out. And if I don't have the answer, I will find the answer. If Woodrow doesn't have the answer, he'll find the answer. But just know there's a lot of resources. So don't just think, oh, I haven't read something about that, or I don't think that's here. Trust me, you never know unless you ask. So please, 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 if I could give advice to myself, you know, when I was going to school, I would have said, hey, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out, right? Have a mentor, do these things, because there are amazing people and there are amazing companies and different things in our community. They want to see you win, right? So thanks again, round of applause for everybody for taking your time and connecting. And look, you just never know. We found people who have like interests, people who went to the same school, right? That's insane. So make sure to just talk to each other, connect. And if you want to connect beyond this, that's what this is about. So exchange information. Innovation Collective Victoria is our Facebook group. Reach out to Woodrow, and then they have information and goodies too as well. If anyone's interested to ask them, you know, pick their brain, they're here too for that, for, you know, health industry, or, you know, maybe they know someone that you want to know. You never know. So thank you for being here.
So again, if you want to follow up on any of the stuff, and you can see the screen, those of you in the room right now, Larzelle and other people have put a lot of things in the chat. So you can access this chat on Teams. I'm also going to put Carissa's contact info, her phone, her email, and she does respond. She does get back to you. So if she planted a seed with you today, I would highly encourage you to follow up with it. Don't just leave the room today and forget about it. Follow up. That's the big, big key to all this. And of course, you can always follow up with me. I want to thank everybody for coming, whether you're online, whether you're in Victoria, whether you're in Katy, whether you're a student, whether you're staff, whether you're a community member. Thank you all so much for joining us. Look out for more Innovation Collective programs. Have a wonderful afternoon. Let's give everybody a big hand.
If you want to take this pizza left over, take it with you, please.
We have got a lot of pizza, people. Come on. Now, I know some of you are being bashful. Come on, Jacob, go get your plate full. Get another slice, for God's sakes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.